Hi everyone, welcome to this video which I'm really excited about. If you've been following my channel or following my videos, you know that I'm all about customer experience and I love customer experience, and as a result I'm always looking for new ways to get my clients and my viewers better results for their businesses. And this led me to a completely different direction. Recently, the last couple of weeks, so if you've seen that I'm a bit quiet, it's because I've spent a lot of time just trying to research this topic and trying to figure out how do I get my clients, how do I get my viewers even better results for their businesses, for their companies. And I have a business coach who has a way of making you think about something. He has a way of getting you all these aha moments, which I'm always really amazed about, because we'll be talking about one topic and then I have an aha moment in something that seems quite unrelated. And in this case, he's been talking a lot about inputs and outputs. And it got me thinking in terms of customer experience. Is customer experience an input or an output? And then I realized while I was looking at customer experience, like it's an input, like the things that we do in customer experience and to achieve that goal are inputs. Customer experience is actually an output of other inputs. And that's the thing with the way the industry has been looking at customer experience, and myself included, and it's hard to admit this, but we've been looking at it all wrong. Customer experience is an output. If you look at a company that has great customer experience, it's as a result of inputs that have been put in and built over time to create the output, which is customer experience. And it got me thinking, so what are the inputs for customer experience? And there are three inputs. One is your products, the second is your niche, and the third is the service that ties all these together. So the kind of service that you give your clients, and of course at the different touch points, because we're looking at customer experience, which is not just about one touch point, but all that has other inputs. And what are those inputs? So I started looking at the other inputs that determine these are things like you've got your strategy, you've got technology, you've got the staff, that all help to deliver great services, develop great services, design the niche or come up with the niche that you're going to address. And those are the inputs that then determine customer experience. And then I asked myself, and what are the inputs of those? What are the inputs of the strategy? What are the inputs of the staff? What are the inputs of the partnerships, the technology? What then determines that? And it hit me, hang on, it's the founder of the organization. It's the CEO of the organization. They are the ones who decide what partnerships they're going to take up for the business, what makes sense for the business, because they're driving a certain vision and they're driving it through their people. So they have to hire the right people, they have to form the right partnerships, they have to build the right technology. So it's the CEO or the founder of the organization, the person at the top, who really affects the input. It's his or her input that then determines the input of the rest and then helps to achieve customer experience. So and all this is not where we usually start. We tend to start, yes, you get buy-in from the CEO of the organization, but really the customer experience is about the culture of the organization. And culture it's attained through habits that the organization does on a regular basis, that then forms behavior, that then forms the culture. But we are so focused on achieving this goal called customer experience. But what we forget is that the inputs are more important than the output. And with the wrong inputs, you won't achieve the outputs long term. You might achieve them temporarily. So I'll use an example of a person who's very untidy, whose house is a mess. They've got dirty dishes in the kitchen, their bed's not made, it's a huge mess. If you look at that person, they have certain habits that have formed that drive that behavior that then makes them live like a pack rat, right? But then one day they wake up and they're really inspired or motivated, and they clean the house, they do the dishes, like spring cleaning, get rid of clothes they've not worn for a while, make their bed, do their laundry, do all these things. The house is spotless. But that has only achieved the goal temporarily, because if the habits that this person has built over time do not change, then within a week or two, or a month, or even less, it could be a couple of days, this person's house will end up looking exactly as it is, or worse than it did in the beginning. Because what you've done is you've worked on the output. The output being the goal. So you've achieved that goal, but it's only temporary, because the systems that you've built, the habits that you've built are not in line with the goal. So even if you achieve the goal, it's only temporary. And you see this in customer service week, when organizations that are just horrible, they treat you like shit the entire year, and then for this 1 week they send you text messages and emails telling you how much they value you. This is the time you go to their branch and you get fed cake and given roses and sweets and all these things, but it's only for 1 week. That's the thing. It's only temporary. As soon as that week is done, they're back to business. They're back to treating you like crap. And that's the thing, because you're so focused on the output, you forgot that the input is what brings the output. So you can't fake the system. You can't cheat the system. You can do it temporarily, but time has a way of equalizing things. And with time, we will see who has customer experience inputs that start from the founder's level all the way till it gets to the customer, and it's long term. So I'm changing direction to stop looking at the outputs, and I hope you will too, to stop looking at the output, which is the results customer experience will deliver for an organization, but really to look at the inputs that drive that, the inputs that help an organization become more customer centric, that build a customer centric culture, that build the kind of organization that people want to work in, that they enjoy to work in, that has habits that it doesn't matter whether the CEO is around or watching, or whether they've got CCTV everywhere. People are just doing the right thing because that's the culture within that organization. So that's what I'm going to help businesses build. I want them to achieve results long term, not short term. And I hope this makes sense to you. It's a really great revelation for me, and I look forward to telling you about this journey as we go along, and I look forward to creating a lot of success for the companies that I work with. And if you like this video, if you agree with me, you don't have to agree with me, but if you do, and if you like what I'm saying, just like this video and subscribe to my channel, or follow me depending on where you're seeing this, and I'll keep you posted on the journey as we go along.